What your potential reach is, the one that's shown on Facebook, that 1.1 million sized audience, that's the total audience size. That's like everyone that's within this category and matches these criteria. The total audience size is 1.1 million. Every single day, there's probably only 200,000 out of these 1.1 million that are actually online active. If this is a camping niche, obviously there might be people camping, there might be people just working. People aren't always online. Like, this audience is literally everyone. People who don't use Facebook every day, people who just sort of made Facebook and just left it there. It's a potential reach, but only 200 people would be actively using Facebook every single day that match these criteria out of the 1.1 million. If you go ahead and optimize for mobile, that 200,000 size audience will probably jump all the way down to 130,000 people. There's probably a decent amount of people that use social media, Facebook on desktop, and by restricting it to mobile, you cut off a pretty big chunk of the audience. Now remember, when you optimize for mobile, the potential reach, 1.1 million, stays the same. Facebook doesn't change it because those people exist on both mobile and desktop. But every single day, there are people that use Facebook on desktop and not mobile, and you're losing out on those people. And then on top of that, when you go ahead and restrict it to just Facebook newsfeed and Instagram feed, that'll chop it down to 100,000 people, because not everyone will be specifically using the Facebook newsfeed or specifically using Instagram newsfeed, and that's how you'll go ahead and it'll get restricted even more. Now, when you go ahead and sort of even restrict it further and click only when connected to Wi-Fi, this is something that a lot of gurus teach, by the way, that brings the audience from 100,000 people just to 65,000 people, because a lot of people use 4G. You know, a lot of people go to work, they're on the train, they're on the bus, they use social media on their phones using their 4G, 5G, and they're not connected to Wi-Fi. And you go ahead and miss out on all those audiences. And on top of that, you're optimizing for purchase. So out of that remaining 6,500, probably only 6,500 people will be optimized for purchase. So Facebook now can only show your ads to 6,500 people, and that's the actual reach. And by the way, everything here I'm showing is just estimated, but it sort of happens just like this. And then there'll be several competitors bidding for this 6,500 sized audience. What's the results? CPMs will go through the roofs, cost per leads will go through the roofs, cost per purchases will go through the roof. And that's why when you go ahead and scale and increase budgets from $5 to $10, $10 to $20, everything just goes through the roof. You may think that 1.1 million is big, but it's actually super small, just as I showed you previously. It's not as big as you think.